Hey everyone, this is Top Deck King, the one and only. Once again, I am back. Today I have a Mardu Aggro deck for best of one. I felt like I wanted to try something different here. Add the black for like the removal, the hand destruction, and then add the red for Showdown of Skulls, which is really good for the white package. Being able to cast a bunch of these low cost cards over and over with Showdown. So I wanted to give this deck a try. We also have the lesson learned package here as well because it's the best of one deck. And obviously, since we have a good creature for the lesson learned package, definitely went ahead and went with that. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into the deck tech real quick. So 4 stone binders. Due to the fact that it triggers off Showdown, it triggers off a Elite Spellbinder. I believe it triggers off this. It triggers off Sun Gold. I mean, there's a lot of Grave Trespasser. There's a lot of cards that could trigger that. So as a 1 drop, that's not a bad card. So I am running 4 copies of that. 2 Blood Chief as our early cost removal. That's why the black is in here. 2 Duress to kind of deal with some control decks in best of one. Worst case scenario is a dead card. There's only 2 in the deck. 1 Adversary. Obviously, this requires a lot more mana since we have Luminarch Aspirant. We also have Showdown on Skulls. We could technically get our creatures high enough, so that's why I'm only running 1. 4 Luminarch Aspirant, one of the best, if not the best, white creature for 2 costs currently in Standard. If you're playing a creature deck, it's definitely the best, if not one of the best creatures. So, 2 Professor Symbologies. This gives us access to the Lesson Learned package. 3 Sun Gold Sentiments. This is good against the flashback cards, so that way you can exile them. And also, like I said, it helps out Stonebinder's ability. It's a 3/2. Getting the hex proof is probably going to be hard due to the fact that your creatures are roughly going to probably get to the same power. Of course, Luminarch Aspirant could help that aspect of getting there, but I think the Coven ability might be a little hard. One can't say since pretty much every creature in my deck, not pretty much, every creature in my deck is 3 costs or lower. So I'm going to give this a try and see how it works. 2 mana return at 3 costs back to pretty solid. 3 Vanishing Verse. This is another reason why I'm in black, so that way I can have very good instant speed removal. Since the decks that are being played currently are like mono green, mono white, and Izzet Turns. This is good against the first 2, the green and the mono white, because they're just monocolored decks. A Brutal Cathar. I wanted to give one a try because, like I said, it works with Stonebinder and it's a 2/2. If it flips, first strike, ward 3, 3/3 is pretty solid. 4 Elite Spellbinders for sure. It's good against the control decks. It helps Stonebinder. It lets me look at their hand so I can play around their hand. Very solid card. 2 Redains. This is mainly against the control decks and against the green and white, since they're both the green and white. So technically, it works against all 3 decks. I might want 3 copies of this and then maybe no copies of Brutal, depending on how this works out. But this works good against all. Oh, actually, it doesn't. Yeah, against all 3 decks. Because against Izzet decks, it taxes their mana, so they can't play the Elrond's Epiphanies for cheaper mana. It costs 2 more. Against the green snow and the green white, it taxes their mana because it comes into play tapped. So very solid card. And then if you draw duplicates of it, you can cast it on the artifact side while keeping the creature in play. 3 Graveyard Trespassers. This is mainly against the flashback cards, Galvanic, Memory Deluge. Maybe they have some other stuff in their sideboard or in their deck that has it. 1 Angel Fire Ignition. I may want more copies of this. And this is a very strong card in a deck with a bunch of creatures, so I may want more copies of this. I'm going to try it out and see how it works. And then, of course, 3 Showdown of Skulls. This is my card advantage engine. And then Lesson Learned package. Nothing very special here about the sideboard. This is a little expensive. I may cut this down since I do already have 4, 8, 12 sources that generate black already. This might need to be maybe more white maybe, but we'll see. We're gonna try it out, see how it works, and find out if it backfires or if it's great. But that's going to be the deck we're going to try on the ladder right now. So don't forget to check the description. It has the portable deck list for you there. It has my social media, my Twitch, Twitter, Discord. You want to join Discord, feel free to join. It's in the link down below in the description. You could join it. Like I said, the Discord's there to help you out if you want to ask questions, ask about sideboard advice, ask about deck advice, stuff like that, gameplay, rules, and all that. Other people are in there that are more than willing to help. I stream 4 to 5 days a week on Twitch. Follow me on Twitch if you want to see me stream these decks live. But yeah, hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up button. I'll appreciate it greatly if you guys. The support is awesome. Thank you for all it so far. Let's get into the matches. Let's see how we do with this deck on the ladder for best of 1 Mythic ladder. Prestige Worldwide. Why does that sound familiar? Prestige Worldwide. All right, we're playing first. That name sounds very familiar, though. I had noted Skyclave Shade just yesterday, but then I put it aside because I thought they would get removed by Spiked. Yeah, if they get it removed by Spiked, that's the only way they can deal with it. Otherwise, you should be in good position. So I put this on black. I'm going to wait to duress, because they have to have Spike-Filled Hazard to get rid of it permanently. Otherwise, you're just going to be able to keep doing it over and over and over. I guess they're playing Izzet. Oh, they're playing... Never mind. So what to take? Divide by 0. Guess we take divide by 0. Make them cost more expensive. Yeah, I guess divide by 0 is good. Yeah, so if they don't kill it that way, then you're just going to keep bringing it back over and over and over and over. That's going to be very good for you. Put this on red, cast Elite Spellbinder, get a card out of their hand, make it more expensive on them. What you gonna do? Ooh, you're gonna Infernal Grasp it. Got it. It's A-okay with me. A-okay. I guess we'll take this because he can't kill that with this yet. He needs 5 total mana to use Meat Hook against it. 5 total mana. So put this definitely on white. I'm gonna cast the Graveyard guy, whatever. Do divide by 0. If he doesn't play any spells, it transforms. Meat Hook is even more or less likely to hit it. So it's gonna go up to 4 now. We can cast Elite Spellbinder, take a card out of their hand. I'd rather play Showdown, honestly. But if he has a counter spell, I would rather keep Showdown in my hand. So let's attack first. Get rid of that. So I might just play this to look at their hand to see if this can resolve. Oh, wow, he played Memory Deluge, actually. So now this does resolve. So now I'm going to play Showdown because this does resolve now. We hit some lands. Okay. We hit some Landerinos. We can play Redain and Elite Spellbinder. That's going to be good. Looks like we're playing against a snow deck, I guess, right? So they have Blood on the Snow in their deck. Bloody Snow. They can't kill my guys still because they're going to do -3 right now. Sure. They have to discard a card to do that. You lose another card, opponent. Wow, I gave up Solid Coming. Nice, okay. So get Redain. Yeah, you can't even do anything now, buddy. So if I cast... Ooh, he might have another Saw It Coming, huh? He may have another Saw It Coming. I want to keep Redain because he's playing Snow. So this is going to tax their mana and their spells. I don't really care, I guess, if this goes. So let's play this first. Let's see what they have. I guess we'll take your Leer. Put this on... Ooh, do I want that? Do I want black? Do I want... I think I want this on white. Cast the Redain. I mean, we're going to lose... Actually, he can't even play this now. Because everything's being taxed. We might actually kill him next turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's gonna be taxed by 2. He could do a -2 for 6 mana to kill this. If he wants to play Meat Hook. -2 if he wants to go for it. Meat Hook's gonna cost him 6 mana. He only kills Elite Spellbinder with it. If he doesn't do it, then my guys get bigger and bigger though. So I guess I'll cast another Elite Spellbinder and take that Meat Hook. Let's take your Meat Hook and make it more expensive. Even more. Yep, good game, opponent. Make it Gobbler 310. The player base, guess we keep. The player base at Mythic is Pro Tours are definitely higher than Arena, but the luck factor on Arena is way higher than the Pro Tours. So that's the difference between the two. If I play Professor, I could grab Environmental Science and hit my land drop. So I guess we're going to do that in case I miss my land drop. Arena count newish. Again, get to Mythic if I played enough games. Been doing Limited. Limited is a very good way to build your collection. So that's also good. Want to go get white, but I might have to go get black. So I could kill this if I want. We'll play Luminarch Aspirant, but that doesn't help me out. These are the 3 removal spells. If I need a land though, I can attack, force the block, go grab a mana. Like I said, I think it has to be black. I can also play white. Maybe I'd do that. Let me attack first. Drafting is a good way. Yep. I wish I was good at drafting. I would definitely be doing that to build my collection. Grab white. Play that into that. Do you know your record versus Izzet with black red with dragons? I might be able to. I think if I remember correctly, it should be even. I think I was 2 wins against it and 2 losses. Believe it was 2-2. We're gonna exile that. Put a counter on this. And exiling is good against that. If you want to beat Izzet, I believe the green deck is the deck to be playing against Izzet because they're fast enough. You can even do Simics. You can add counter spells in there. Oh, damn it. I was going to duress them if I had time, but I don't have time. If I do this, I can exile a card out of their hand. Let's see what we can hit off it. It's going to pump that up. Let's see what we could hit. Could kill a creature so he can't crew. Ooh, Renin 7. I guess we're taking El Reno 7. No. I guess we're taking El Ren. Oh, actually, I should have taken Tracker and duress the Renin 7. Oh, that was a misplay. I should have Trackered and then duressed. Crap. So I could get that up to a 5. Yeah, I found Simic Aggro interesting as well. Potentially the answer. The deck can beat green, white, and Izzet. Decisive Denial seems... Yep. I played a Simic Aggro, and Decisive Denial was nuts against all 3 decks. The white, the green deck, and Izzet. 100% agree. So if I use this to kill this... Oh my gosh, I messed up so hard with that card. Messed up so hard with that card. This should have been taxed. I guess it doesn't matter because they can still cast it for 5 mana. They're going to get it 5 mana, but could have got rid of that permanently. All right. Put a counter here. Swing for 5. We could. Wow, he took a chump block. Interesting. Interesting. I see he's taking a chump block, then I'm killing the other token. He can cast this, sure. And then he could crew it, but then he can't attack. Or he could attack it. I mean, what am I saying? I guess he's going to crew. Oh, wow. He sacked it right away, and now he can't even crew. Interesting. Put the counter here. Hold up Vanishing Verse. Attack with these. Chump block. Sure. And all right. I think your black-red has a chance to have a good win rate versus all three as well. Just need to find a way to pressure Izzet's life total more, I think. You could main deck Skyclave Shade. I'm not sure how well it'll do, but you could main deck Skyclave Shade. That will help it out quite a bit. So if I exile this once each turn, I'm going to exile one of these. So that way I can keep getting aggressive with my creatures. Now that doesn't help me out at all, but I guess we'll play it. Guess we'll duress, see what they have in their hand as another land. Okay. Let's get this bigger. Yeah. Let's swing with these two. He chump blocks, takes 5. He goes to 8. He's down to 8. He creates a Ren token, right? 5, 6, 7. Yeah, this should have been discarded. Oh, well. He creates a Ren token. Say he blocks this. That's 5, 6, 7, 8. That's lethal. If he goes for Ren, that's lethal. That's lethal. We just have to put a counter on one of these two creatures here. That doesn't do anything. You get to attack me for 4. That doesn't do anything. You got it. It's still lethal, friend. No blocks. Still lethal, my friend. I mean, that also, we could just play Showdown, I guess, and see what we could hit during your turn. Does that counts then, right? Gets these bigger? Yep, triggers. Wow, we hit a bunch of lands. And a duress. Okay. Put it here. We're gonna save the duress. Yeah, it's lethal. Regardless, it was lethal. It was lethal regardless. On an opponent. 1328. I get to go first. It's not the greatest hand, but I guess I'll keep because I can place buff. So put that on black, put that on red. Be able to cast every spell I have. It's not the greatest, but it's playable, I guess. So we're gonna put that on red because it gives us showdown. Man, that's just so much control in the best of one ladder. So much control on the best of one ladder. Why is there so much control is the question. Well, this hand's kind of trash against his deck at the moment. If I take this, he can't play it. Does that do me any good? Guess we'll just, what's it called, prevent some of the stuff. Blue-white, now Izzet Turns. Way, way too much. What happened to all the aggro in best of one? Did that disappear? Did that disappear? Let's hope I could draw a land. Okay, we drew a land. So I'm going to play the grave first. Get rid of a card out of his graveyard. Let's see if he'll end up playing a card. If he doesn't, it'll transform. Then we'll play Showdown. Expressive Iteration, so we don't get to transform it. We gotta be worried about the Battle Frost and Fire. That's what I'm trying to get it. See if I get it high enough in power so that I can hold off. Okay. So if I do this, that only gets up to a 4. That doesn't help me out. I do want to force him to use that so then I can start using this. If I don't use anything here, what are the odds that he will use Battle on Frost and Fire? I doubt he'll use Battle Frost and Fire if I don't play any spells. So I guess we'll play Sun Gold. And then attack him for 3. Each opponent loses 1 life, I guess. My graveyard doesn't matter, so I guess we'll ping him for a damage. I gotta force him to use Battle Frost and Fire. Because otherwise I'm just gonna be sitting and doing nothing. There you go. I play aggro in best of 1. Well, it seems like you're the only one who's playing best of 1 in or playing aggro in best of 1 because there is no aggro to be seen apparently in best of 1. Which is very weird because I could have sworn that is what best of 1 was all about. Which is why I built some of these decks to, combat the creature decks, but apparently that's not the case. Let's see. What? Oh, that's kind of sad that I removed my Elite Spellbinder. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if I cast the Redain, cast it as the creature, see if anything happens with this. See what happens here. Unexpected windfall. He decided to use it now. Because otherwise it would have taxed and he wouldn't have been able to use it. Might as well just cast the card. I was gonna say from my there's no point of really putting the counter on here unless I want to dodge a 3-mana damage spell. But I guess that might be fair enough to try to dodge a 3-mana spell. Attack for 2. It's taxing his Outruns Epiphany and his Battle Frost and Fire. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 mana. Looks like he had something he could play. Maybe switch it up to mono white. There can be only one. Sean Connery, Highlander, 1986. Mono white. Yeah. That way it gets underneath them really fast. That could be possible. That could be yeah. Mono white should do pretty well against these control aggro package decks. What the heck happened? He bounced this back to my hand and then passed turn? What am I missing? What was that? That was odd. Guess he's trying to force... What is he trying to force, actually? I don't know. I guess we might as well just keep pumping the same one. Play the land. There's Sun Gold, Gravekeeper. Learn Born to grind it out. Yeah. This is true. This 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I could force him to animate this, but is that good? Because then I can't kill it anyways. So I can't. If 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I mean, he loses 2 of his treasures if he does that. I think that's worth it, right? So play the Luminarch Aspirant. I'm gonna put it on the Stone Binder Familiar, because then I'm gonna use Luminarch Aspirant to get into a 5/5. So he has Galvanic and 2 of bounce spells. That sucks. He has a couple of bounce spells here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He used 1 bounce spell. How many more do you have? Prismari Command. Okay. So he's gonna kill it off, create some treasures. Alright. That's kind of bad. And by kind of bad, I mean very bad. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So Outrun's Epiphany costs 9. That costs 3, so 12. He's currently not able to cast Outruns with copy spell here. I'm gonna use Cat Stay Away to grab the Trespasser, so that way I can actually, the Trespasser is enters the battlefield or attacks. Yeah, so either way. Ooh, there you go. He can now cast Outrun's Epiphany now. So 4, 5, 6. You have 6 mana. You can use something to copy 3 cards. I could also animate Hive and kill it. What do you got? Holy crap. Yep. Draw 6 cards, create 6 mana. Just the casual, draw 6, create 6. Alright, let's see what we could do. So, I wish it was nighttime. That would have been nice. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 9, 10. I can only do 10 damage. Well, we're gonna go for it, I guess. 10 damage only. Let's go ahead and remove this Galvanic. Alright. Let's give this guy haste, trample, indestructible, lifelink, the works. Go to combat. Put it on Redain. Swing with everything. I mean, I don't know if it matters anymore what I get rid of from his sideboard or from his graveyard since I got rid of the Galvanic. Down to 2. All right. So we got rid of 2 Galvanics, right? Because he played one and we exiled one. But he has a lot of mana. He has 11 total mana. 11 total mana. If I draw an untap land, I can probably... Actually, I could just win with Hive, right? I can animate Hive and win with it. Goldspan Dragon, sure. Holy crap, that is 12, now 13. He has 13 mana now. Correction, 15 mana. Dang, I should have held that up. He has 15 mana. Alright, let's see how many Outruns Epiphanies he gets sequenced together. I'm at 22. So my life total is not like I'm dead, you know what I mean? But there has to be at least one Outruns Epiphany in his hand. There just has to be at least one. There's one. Got it. Alright. 8, 2, 4, 6, 8, 8. So he has 16 total mana now. 16 total mana. 1 Elrond's down. Yeah, this is Mardu. Yep. Mardu. The black is for removal. Because like I said, I figured best of 1 was a lot of aggro decks. So there's black is removal. As well as the graveyard hate with Trespasser. 2, let's see, 2, 4, 6. Two, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11, 12. I mean, we're not dead. Another Elrond's Epiphany probably locks it up. Maybe. I guess another 2 Elrond's Epiphany locks it up. Alright, so he passed turn. So I could use this. Take one of the tokens. So let's do that. Let's cast this, take one of the tokens, use Bloodchief Thirst to kill the other token, and then hold up Vanishing Verse. Okay, let's do that. Let's take this. And then we have multiple blockers. Let's kill this. So he has to have 1, 2, 3, 4. He has to have 4 removal here. 4 removal. That's fine. Okay. He chose the drawless aspect. Okay. Got him. Izzet Turns can't beat Redain. Opponent? No, I don't think so, right? I don't think it was the same. It's the same guy. Let's see. We don't got white mana though. Ugh. Gotta take a mulligan, right? Yeah, gotta take a mulligan. All right, I'll keep bottom this one. Bottom Duress in case he's not a control deck. All right, I'm gonna. That Duress is nice. Thanks, Hector in the chat room is the reason why I got it. So thanks to him. I bought him the Duress because I'm assuming we're not playing against another control deck. And boy was okay, we're playing against blue white. Interesting. Blue white angels. So actually, no, I need. Dang, that was one turn too late. Blue white angels. Should I take a turn off and just cast a creature and then let him get counters on this? Or should I hold up Vanishing Verse? All right, let's do this. Let's put some pressure on, I guess. I haven't seen a Azorius Angels deck yet. Oh, he's playing the what's it called deck? The Plow deck. He's playing the Plow deck. My opponent is playing Plow, so I'm assuming that means he's also playing. There's no point of attacking, right? I'm assuming that means they're all. No, they're not playing Snow. Okay. Portable Hole. Oh, we have Vanishing Verse to get rid of that. We technically have Vanishing Verse. So I could Vanishing Verse, get rid of Portable Hole. Put a counter on this, but it doesn't do anything. I could do this, put counters on both of them. That doesn't help me out. And then the following turn, I can do that. Yeah, let's do that. I use 4 mana this way versus 2 mana. So auto pay. It doesn't do anything, so there's no point attacking. Next turn, I can use Vanishing Verse on this, put the counter on that. And then I can attack. Righteous Valkyrie. Elite Spellbinder. Alright, so put this on. We got double white. So I put this on. I don't know if I need more than one red, though. So I'm going to put this on white. Let's see what they have in their hand. Yep, they are the Book of Exalted D deck. Ah, great. They are Book of Exalted Deed. All right. I wasn't 100% sure, but well, there we go. There's the answer. Let's get rid of this. Put the counter here. Swing with bow. Actually, I don't want to swing with this quite yet. I want to put a counter on that first, and then I'll swing with it. No. Why would I? What? No. Why would I exile my own card? I want to put a counter on this at least once or twice more, so that way I can go against these guys. I mean, yeah, I can technically, but it doesn't really help me out that much. Ugh, I need to start doing some damage soon. All right. Let's do another Elite Spellbinder, I guess. And they conceded.
Hey everyone, welcome back. This is Top Deck King, and this is the final analysis part of the video. Since it is a best of one deck, there is no sideboard guard. But before we get into that, real quick, some changes I made. I ended up adding one snarl of each color, so that way I do have 6 planes, so it should come in play untapped. I cut some of the other cards, some of the other lands there. I didn't think I needed that much black, so I cut some of the black out there. What was it, the 2 hives? The hives were, I mean, they're good, but I don't think I needed it. I ended up cutting the 2 costs that returns the creature back from the graveyard 3 or less. I ended up just going more into Angel Fire Ignition. I probably even want a third one of this into the deck because it's just a very solid card against with creatures. And this kind of locks up the creature based matchup in a sense, because your creature gets vigilance, trample, lifelink, and indestructible, so you can attack and block and gain a lot of life. So might want a third one of this in the end, so go ahead and try out two, see what you guys think of it, and then possibly do a third one. If I do a third one, I probably would just go ahead and maybe just cut the two duresses for an Angel Fire here and maybe a Bloodchief Thirst, just because this deck is a little weak still to control. The reason why I added the black, so if you guys haven't seen the Boros Aggro deck, check that video out. But the Boros Aggro deck is a very solid deck. It was fast enough to beat control, and it had enough power to beat the creature-based decks due to the fact of Angel Fire being able to give our creatures lifelink, so we didn't have to block. We could just, trade resources, in a sense, trade life. They attack me, I attack them, I gain life. They attack me, I attack them, I gain life. So we win the battle that way, to the point where they're going to have to start defending more than attacking us. So Angel Fire was very good in that aspect against the creature deck. And like I said, I added the black here for Trespasser and Duress against the Izzet Turns deck, as well as having Vanishing Verse and Bloodchief Thirst against the creature decks, but it seems a little weak to control decks still. So if I had to choose if I had to choose between this or the Boros Aggro deck, I would choose the Boros Aggro deck, just because it can beat control faster. This one unfortunately cannot beat control in time before they set up, unless you get a really solid hand. It cannot. But obviously having Showdown and Duress and Trespasser is good against control, because it gives you the value back. But like I said, I was struggling a little bit against the Izzet Turns deck. If I didn't have a solid enough start, it was struggling. But since the end of the video, I did add a third Redain as well, so this should help out the control matchup a little bit better. But like I said, it's an interesting deck. It's solid. It's not great against control. It's still good against creature based decks. So if you're playing best of one, hopefully you just play against creature based decks. Against Izzet Turns, well, it's unfortunately, but I don't think it's good. So, but hopefully you guys enjoy the video. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, that thumbs up on the video. Check the description of the video. It has the portable deck list, as well as the social medias, Twitch, Twitter, Discord, all that. But thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in to my channel. Hopefully I'll see you guys in the next video.